Hey Vineyard Church, welcome to The Chopping Block. We started this last week where I'll take just a few moments to recap some of the things that I talked about last Sunday and continue the conversation about what God might be doing within our midst. You'll remember on Sunday that I talked about how you were created for community, that God fashioned your heart and designed you to be in deep connection with both God and others, and that we come alive when we find our place and we find our belonging. Hebrews 10 verse 24, it says this: "Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works." Now last week I talked about how in community, specifically in biblical and Christian community, we can encourage and motivate each other to continue to do good acts out of love for those around us. But I didn't mention that you can also be in relationships and in community that can motivate you and encourage you in the opposite direction. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have friends outside of the faith or that you shouldn't be connecting with people that don't follow Jesus, because of course, as Jesus walked the earth, he interacted with all kinds of different folks. But the question is, who is motivating you and what are they motivating you to? So who is in your inner circle? We all have people that are closest to us, and I think the question that we have to ask ourselves is, those that are in our inner circle, those 2 or 3 that we share the depths of our heart with, the depths of our life with, are they motivating us towards Christ, or are they motivating us towards the world? These are hard self-reflection questions, but I think they're really important if we want to be everything that God has created us to be. The other thing that I talked a lot about was loneliness, and how the American culture is just being challenged right now. It seems like on every level of society. Social media's explosion is leading us to incredibly lonely times. And one thing that I didn't mention is that, introverts and extroverts can both be lonely. Sometimes you can be surrounded by people in your everyday life and feel very lonely on the inside. So take a moment this week and just think about your own heart. Think about your own life. How deeply are you connected to God's people? How deeply are you connected to the community around you? Because you can be surrounded by people and still feel very lonely on the inside. And if that's you, God wants to minister to that. He wants to minister to that directly, and he wants to minister to those areas of your heart through others around you. So that's the chopping block this week. Some of the stuff that I didn't get to share in the message on Sunday. I hope it encourages you and motivates you forward in your journey.